Man, so the tour has started. Finally, the tour has started, and you're supposed to kick off the first day of the tour down here in Indy, but there were some weather issues. I kind of want to talk about that first. At what point did you find out about that?
We found out we had already sound checked. Daughtry had already sound checked. Nickelback had already sound checked. All the bands were ready to go, and and then we got word that there was some flooding in the parking lot, the lower parking lots or something or other, and the next thing you know, the venue contacted us and said that the show was postponed to August 15th. So it was kind of bittersweet, but at least we get to come back in August.
Exactly. It's not completely canceled, which is a good thing. I mean, do you
Right.
guys see that as just, you have an extra day to prepare, or I mean, how do you guys view that?
Well, I mean, actually, that's what we chalked it up to. It was about well, that was a good dress rehearsal as far as loading in and getting to know the Doctor camp and the Nickelback camp and just making sure everything's going to go smooth on this tour. So far, besides the weather on the first night,
Hmm.
everything's been super awesome. All the bands and all the crew and just everybody involved on the Feed the Machine tours just top notch. So we're really excited about the rest of the summer.
Awesome.
And like I said, can't wait to do it again in Indianapolis,
Yeah,
August 15th.
yeah, it's gonna be a good show, man. How was last night? Last night was the first official show.
Oh, it was great. It was it was a sold out,
Nice.
18,000 people venue, and you know everything went off without a hitch. So it's all the bands got off on the right foot, and we're
Hmm.
all really excited about the next few months, getting to tour and perform our music, and
Yeah,
just enjoy it.
perfect, man. The new album comes out next month, about a month from now, I believe, July 28th. Um, Red Hands, Black Deeds. I've listened to the album a couple times through, and talk about making it worth the wait for the fans. It's been 3 years since the last record came out, and there's a lot for fans to digest on this record. I mean, there's a lot of good material. I mean, talk about writing that record for me.
Yeah, when we released Smoking Hearts and Broken Guns in September of 2014, we knew we were going to have a good 2.5 years of touring on that record. As it turned out, we toured for 3 years. We were touring about 270 to 280 days a year for 3 years straight. And so when we finished up last November and came home, all we could really afford ourselves was 2 weeks off
Wow.
of just doing nothing. And we had the studio time booked, and we really didn't have much material going in. We were all really exhausted from just the road. And, we had a few ideas that we had jammed on here and there, but for the most part, there weren't really any songs. So we went in the studio the first day and started laying down ideas and collaborating together and basically writing the record as were recording it. It was really nice to have all the spontaneity in it, and there were times where we'd find ourselves um, trying to get it to go a particular direction, but then a mistake happened, and then we kind of liked the mistake actually,
Hmm.
so we kind of changed focus and changed directions, and we were able to do that just on the fly. So it was a really neat experience. We didn't want to go out and write a record we've written before.
Hmm.
We didn't want to write a record that anyone else has written. We wanted to write a record that undoubtedly the only person that anyone could say that, oh, this sounds like Shaman's Harvest. That you know I think it's fair to say that this record doesn't sound like any other record anyone's ever heard anywhere. So we still have our the heavy rock side going
Hmm.
on in it. But then there's some softer songs that aren't necessarily heavy musically, but lyrically is where you get the heaviness
Yeah.
from. And so it's trying to showcase that, you can have a heavy song without having to have, you know, finger tapping solos and
Exactly.
shredding and, metal swank everywhere. I mean, all good things,
Hmm.
but, so many times people get caught up in like the genre of music that, you know, it's nice to know that you can have a heavy song that doesn't have to, that you can actually understand the vocals to instead of
Yeah.
um, just like guttural screams, which is great. I love that too, but that just isn't what we were trying to accomplish.
Right, you got to slow it down sometimes. I mean, there's musically heavy, and then there's lyrically and thematically heavy. And I feel like you guys
Yeah.
ride that line perfectly on this record.
Yeah, well, thanks. That was really the goal. It was really something we focused on, and really wanting to make a record that, each song was independent of each other, but there was still cohesiveness throughout. So something that you'd want to put in on your record player, and your CD, or on your MP3 or iTunes or whatever, and just listen to the whole damn thing,
Oh yeah.
not just listen to a single. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there's some rock tracks, there's some country rock tracks, there's some power, there's some strong ballads on here. You guys go up and down, you take a listener on a musical, just like joyride roller coaster on this record. And it's so fun to hear, and I think that's what makes Shaman's Harvest so good. You know,
Yeah, right on, man. Well, thank you. That's
definitely.
really that's kind of what we tried to accomplish.
Hmm.
Is just to keep it interesting, not only for the listener but for us too. We're the ones that get to perform these songs, close to 300 nights a year. So it's nice to have a little diversity.
Exactly, definitely. Man, this is the first record with Adam on drums, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, Adam and Derek on
Yeah,
guitar as well.
yeah.
So that was a new experience for not only them but for us. Myself, Matt, and Nate. We formed the band back in 1996, and
Hmm.
this is our sixth record. Writing together. So we have a pretty good idea on how we all work. But then adding Derek into the mix and Adam into the mix definitely added a new flavor to the jambalaya.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience, and we look forward to making record number 7 with the same crew. So right now we're focusing on just getting out on the road and touring and performing and being the best we can be. And in the meantime, we're actually going to try to write some songs on the road this time around, and so maybe we don't have to take 9 months off to write a record and then get it out before we get back on the road again.
Awesome, man. Last year was 20 years of Shaman's Harvest for you guys. Um, last year, I mean, was that in the back of your head last year that this has been 20 years, or is that something that you guys just didn't even really think about?
Oh, it's kind of the elephant in the room. I mean, it reminds us how old we are, but but it also is a testament to our determination. And in this industry, all the times that people tell you no, or you're not good, or you're not this, or you're not that, and you say, yeah, we're not. We're Shaman's Harvest, and we're not going anywhere. So it's almost like that the rock gods have finally said, you know what, these guys are really, they're not taking no for an answer. Let's just give them a shot.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, man, you guys have earned everything you guys have gotten as well. I mean, you guys are one of the hardest working bands in all of rock and roll, I think. But this record coming out, I mean, just looking back on writing, recording it, and with it coming out in a month, in a month, and then with it being 20 years in, right now, Shaman's Harvest with this record, what do you think Shaman's Harvest right now says about you guys?
You know, I hope that they would find the art in it,
Hmm.
and not just the marketability or the genre specific intentions that the industry wants you to have.
Hmm.
Music is an art form, and for us, it's like a spiritual thing. Like it's very close to our soul. So, I hope that people would understand and would see and would say that yeah, we are a hardworking band. We don't really have all the bells and whistles. It's kind of what you see is what you get, and it's honest. And lyrically and musically, we can take you on an emotional roller coaster ride that feels pretty damn good. So we're 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 pretty proud of of what we've accomplished, but we're not really here to rest on our laurels.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving on forward, and we're going to keep evolving as a band, but still stay true to our roots.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I got to tell you, we were on our way up to Anderson, Indiana today, listened to the new record on the way up, and just driving down the interstate, blaring that album from start to finish. It felt good. It's a good, it's
Right on.
yeah, man. It's a killer, kick-ass rock and roll record. It takes you in the balls, gets you going, just gets you ready to go, man. I love it, man. You guys did a killer job, and man, we'll see you in Noblesville at a rescheduled date on August 15th.
Right on, brother. We'll see you then, man. We look forward to it.
Sounds good, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.